Welcome back, everyone, to the TMI FYI podcast. I am Nat.
I am Claude.
And welcome back, everybody.
If you didn't catch it the first time.
Yeah, it is a... Oh, that's right. I did...
Say it. It's all right.
Should we do that again?
No.
Should we do that again, guys?
Okay, all right.
No, we're not going to do it
No,
again.
we're not?
No. You're all part of the bloopers with us. So we are here. We were just having... I'm sorry, my mind's a little bit...
frazzled?
It's a little frazzled because we were sitting here... Sometimes
Gabbing.
we have conversations not recorded, as you can imagine. And this one got me all hot and bothered.
Yeah, we're venting.
We were venting.
Situations, life, husbands, marriages, things.
Not my husband.
Or mine.
But,
no, and I really wasn't really... No, we had a situation. But it was just a little... And it's just a little is that what it's called? Minutia?
The minutia.
The little day-to-days, that sometimes, and we were on a trip and something... It was innocuous. It was a little stupid thing, but it's like... you have your point, they have theirs, and you're like, well, I'm not going to say I'm sorry. And you're like, well, what do I have to be sorry for? And then you're like, okay, well, let me just say it.
Traveling, which actually is my bun twist for today, brings out the worst in everybody, I feel
you see, and it's not for us. Usually for us, we're great.
Oh, you travel well together?
Yeah, we really do. So that's the one time we're always like, wow. Good, because we know that we're going to kind of yeah, I don't know if that's an interesting thing.
Well, my bun twist was not about traveling with my husband, because I traveled this weekend without him, and it was more about just the animals that exist at the airport and on the airplanes. And people are just so like, where do you live? Where were you raised? I don't understand.
Getting off the plane, that would be my bun twist if we had that.
This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. So first of all,
where are you going?
First of all, everybody bum rushes to get on the plane, which it's assigned seating, folks. And I get it. I know people want like
the overhead thing,
space,
but I mean,
but we're all going to get there.
Stay in your lane.
Just relax.
You have a bin above your thing.
Relax. Just relax. The way that people just like run to the whatever, fine. But then to get out. So the way this particular flight that I was on, I had to put my bag in seats that were behind me because the cabin above mine was all filled. So I had to put it like a few rows behind, which means that when I get up, I have to go back. But for why? Because it was so hard to get my stuff. And I'm like, people, we all need to get out. Just relax. And then we had, that was one flight. And then on the flight back, I think, we were delayed. It was we were delayed for hours and it sucked. And these people had connections. However, the plane had not gotten to the gate yet. It hadn't stopped.
And people were getting up?
They were up and they were like bum rushing to the
God.
to the pilot. I mean, they didn't
get
to
to
talk
the
to the
front.
pilot.
And then the people had to probably tell them,
and then they're there talking. And then because those people did that, other people that were further behind who had no connection started getting up, taking their bags out, and they had to get on and be like, everybody please sit. We're on an active, like, is this your first time on a plane?
Yeah. Where are you going? We're all, the luggage gets out at the same time. If you're going to go pick up your luggage,
I don't get it.
You're going to be there, and then everybody that follows you is going to hate you.
I don't get it. Also, people who put on planes their devices without headphones.
Loud.
Feet with like bare, no socks, no shoes.
And they stick them up.
Yes, they stick them up.
And I really love the people behind me that are just, I don't know if they're building a house, what the fuck they're doing behind me, but they're shoving the seat, and you're like, what is there's a person sitting in front of you. How do you not?
I don't know.
Pay attention, because I'm always super careful. Like even when I put my tray thing down, I'm like, I don't want it. And then you have the flights that are like minimal space, and then they recline. You're like, really, though? Dude?
Okay.
Like, that there's minimal space.
No.
You're going to recline?
Yes.
Yeah.
The seat reclines. I'm reclining.
Okay.
And
that's fine.
And you can recline too. We all have the option.
That's fine. That's fine. I get it.
It's actually funny you said that, because that was going to be my next question.
Like reclining? No, I don't have a real problem with it. Just don't be an asshole. Like, banging your, I don't know.
No, but if the seat has a recline feature, you should be allowed to recline without being shamed.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really have a problem with the reclining. Honestly, it's the airplane's fault if there's not enough space.
Yes, it's not my problem.
But there's a lot of etiquette on there. The shoving, the bumping, the shoving, the doing things in the seat.
People talking really loudly.
Having their devices on audio. Okay, my dog is
having
vocal.
loud dogs. There's just so many things that people do when you're traveling. And I'm like, you're in public, guys. Like, and we're all in this like stressful situation together. Can we just behave like civilized?
Like why does the ugly in people come out on a plane? We've all known what planes have, what they do, what you're allowed to do, what you should. There's common courtesy. There's just, if everybody just kept on with the common rules and guidelines, we'd all be okay.
I
but
agree.
everybody's got to have one person that ruffles a feather, and this one wants to put her foot up on your thing, and then oh my God.
Everybody's just on edge too. So this flight, again, it wasn't ideal. It was delayed. And then as we were landing or getting back into Miami, the weather was really bad. So we had to circle for a while.
Oh, that's bad.
And then we couldn't, they wouldn't bring out the gate because of the weather. But the guy next to me was so mad, and he kept yelling like, fuck this and fuck that. And I'm just like, sir, you're like, sir, why are you so, like, what are you getting so mad about? We're all in this together. None of us, there's nothing
Nobody's
you can do.
getting out before you.
Right. Like, there's nothing we can do. Stop yelling fuck at nobody. He was a very strange man. He kept every time so him and his wife, they were clearly foreign. I don't know where they were from. I couldn't tell. But they both spoke English. And every time there was an announcement, he would like tell the wife what they were saying. And I'm like, she
speaks the language.
She knows. And she wasn't deaf. I know she wasn't deaf. Like I went through the options of why is he doing this? And everything I don't know, people are just strange.
Yeah, no, I get bothered, and more. Again, I love saying this, but I think it's an age thing. As you get older, it really, because my daughter's like, whatever. I'm like, no, that is not okay. When you're seated in an order. I'm sorry you got row 23 and I'm in 13. I don't know. But you inching up and scooting up and getting up there, and then, like, there's an order and getting out from the front to the back, everybody. And as the rows go, you get your shit and you go. Why do you gotta, it's like butting in line. Why do you gotta shove yourself towards the front? Where are you going? Unless they say you have a connecting flight and you, and
they usually
and the stewardess,
say,
and they know who you are. They have a list. They should say, row this, Mr. So-and-so. And call them.
And they do. And they usually tell you, like, hey, we have connecting passengers. Let them out first. And sometimes people are nice about it. Sometimes they're not. And I'm just like, I hate it here. I hate the airport.
Yeah.
I hate the airplane. But I love to see the world. And, okay.
And the whole loading thing also. The whole boarding and everybody standing and crowding and waiting for their group to be boarded. It's like, guys, we're all getting on the flight.
I know.
Again, it's about the overhead, I'm sure, and about the storage, but it's like...
But sometimes it's not. Because I see some people that don't have baggage, and they're like literally this woman was like bum rushing behind me, and they're like, ma'am, this is not your group. You have to wait. Like, where are you going?
If you're pissed about it, upgrade your fucking seat. Like,
and you're going to be sitting in this thing for hours. Why are you so desperate to get in there?
It's so annoying. So annoying. They got to come up with a new system. I know Emirates has a cool thing where it's like they load business and first in a separate entrance, and then they have the other entrance for the
away from the plebes.
Well, it's the first time I ever flew, and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice.
I like this.
Not for nothing, but because you're not standing and waiting for for everybody to load their stuff, but it's the hassle of everybody trying to get on and off, and it's like, oh my God,
it's the worst.
It's the same all the time.
I know.
Something has to give there.
Well, you brought up a generational thing, which I think leads us in very nicely to our topic today.
I did it on purpose.
Oh, look at her subtly
Not so much,
planting
but it's
seeds.
okay. I'll take the credit.
Well, I caught it. I picked up what you put down, and
hear what I'm screaming?
So today's episode is what we're calling like now and then, or then and now. Because we talk a lot about, and I think this happens as you get older, you start to look back and you say like, oh, it used to be better when. And we live in a time and age where technology and advances are happening faster and faster and faster. It's getting harder to keep up.
Everything is faster.
Yeah.
Faster.
And yet, is it better? And so today we're going to go through a few of life's
like
advances.
Throwbacks back to 80s people, 90s
people.
And we're gonna
decide.
Gen X's. Yeah, and like I remember the first thing that got me started thinking about that was when someone mentioned, or I saw some or whatever, about the microwave. And someone said, they have this machine, this whatever, that cooks your food fast or whatever, zaps it in 2 minutes, whatever, to get it out faster so you can eat faster. And it's all these things that get things done faster so you can have more time to do it. But you're still always rushing. You're rushing to get through your meals. You're rushing through that to get to the next thing, to rush through that. And you still don't have more time. You're just rushing to the next thing.
That's true, but I would keep the microwave.
No, I'm not getting rid of it by any stretch. I'm just saying these things that supposedly are going to save you time.
Or make your life better. Sometimes they make your
really
life worse.
Save your time. Like, are you really taking those extra 20 minutes that you saved from cooking a dinner to have quality time doing something? No,
today we're using it to scroll TikTok. So we're going to decide as we go through these, are we keeping the advancement or are we going back
wishing
to the
we
past?
could go back. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go through these. So
well, can I start with what I heard today? Because it's current time.
That actually got us started on this
That's what
today.
got us started. So on the Today Show today, they were talking about how Mercedes, and there might be other car manufacturers that are going back. They listen, quote unquote, listen to customer reports and feedback that they wanted their buttons back. They wanted the volume button. They wanted the Windows button. They wanted physical buttons that were easy access and quick. So and they use the example, and it's true. When you hear a song you like, when you want to crank it up, you want to turn that volume knob, you want to crank it up. You don't want to go and search for the up arrow and crank it up or go to menu, volume, this.
Yeah.
That's not the same.
And a touch tone just doesn't have the same.
Of just cranking, man.
Yeah.
There's some things that should just be like the microphones. This shit is falling again. Anyway. There we go. It's okay. I got it. We're good. So, old school volume buttons, I just want a knob that I can just turn it. I'm capable of gauging how loud I want it. I don't have to rely on Alexa or anybody else to lower or raise the volume. So that's where it started. I vote yes for volume knobs.
I vote volume knob yes too. I have one in my car, but my Alexa does not. And so when I want to raise the volume, either I have to press the button 900 times or Alexa volume up, Alexa volume up, Alexa volume up, which is so annoying. And it's never.
By then the song is half over.
Yeah, and also it fades out when you talk to her. It's not enjoyable.
Nope.
I vote we bring back the
knobs.
Knobs. And you know what? For that matter, I know that all of the car stuff looks sleek when it's electronic, but when that shit doesn't work and you're just like,
oh, you have to search and just find the easy thing, and you have to go to menu, go to search, go to settings, go to this, oh my God, forget it.
Yeah.
I
really miss the simplicity.
Who
having
cares
it all
if there's knobs? I don't think knobs bothered anybody, and little buttons that
either.
are easy access with the word right under it, volume, bass, treble, AC on, off, max. Why do I have to go through all these menus? And then you go through the menus and you're searching. No, it's not this menu. Okay, let's go to this menu. Is it here? Is it in settings? Is it in navigation?
It's never intuitive.
Jesus.
You're there for hours.
And then you just give up and you forget it. I'll sit in silence.
So literally in my husband's car, he could not figure out how to, if you're listening to a song and you just want to skip it to the next one, there was the things that you thought would do it didn't.
No, it forwards a song, skips it a little bit.
It didn't even do anything. Nothing that looked like it would do it. And so we tried forever. He gave up and he was like, forget it. I'll just do it on my phone. I had to eventually Google it. And I figured,
isn't that horrible?
And I found it on a Reddit thread.
Do you see? That just makes no sense. How is that better? How is that?
I don't think it is.
Simpler? Is that a word? Simpler?
Yeah.
More simple?
No,
How
simpler.
is that an advancement? That's just, okay, technology, we can do it. But just because we can, does it mean we should?
Words to live by, girl. Hello. Okay, so we are... How do we feel about Blockbuster nights versus streaming, endless choice, and binge culture? This is tough.
Blockbuster nights were great.
They were the best.
They were the best. Something about that experience is still. Now, binging is also good. The thing is that we surf and surf and surf. Have you heard about this? I'm looking for something good, and you'll spend half an hour trying to find the thing. when you go to Blockbuster, it's a commitment. Like you're there, what you choose is what you're going to watch.
Well, and what they have too, because if you got there too late, all the new releases were gone.
Gone.
So you had to then go find a classic, something else to watch.
But the snacks were there.
Yes.
It was popcorn and
it was such
chocolate.
a vibe. It was such an experience, and it was so exciting because you're like, oh my God, there's only so many of this movie, and it was so fun.
It was fun. And then God forbid you forget to return it or rewind it, and you had to drop it in that box, and you got charged if you're like, oh my fucking Blockbuster charged me $5 for rewinding. Like that was just a side effect, I guess, or a negative drawback, whatever. But the experience of going to Blockbuster and the amount of people, if it was a weekend and whether who you saw or not, but just, there's people here. Oh, shit, you think that they've run out of the new whatever it is. And it was just a joy of that.
It was literally called Let's Have a Blockbuster Night.
Yeah, it was like a Netflix and binge. Like the binge or Netflix and chill or whatever.
Netflix and chill,
yeah. But, you got to get candy and popcorn and the stuff. You came home with all the goods, and it was just...
It was an experience.
Yeah.
But I think, though, it was wonderful. I loved it. I do appreciate the accessibility of the Netflix.
I do.
What I would like that they would do more. I'm sorry, I'm boring you.
No, it's freaking. it's my champignons that got me a little bit.
I would appreciate if they would do like. I do like when shows you have to wait for them, not when they give you the whole thing.
No, I want the whole thing.
No, I think that it builds anticipation. Like there used to be But they have last time you could rewatch the last episode.
I forget what streaming service I watched it on and what we're watching. By the time the next week comes, I'm like,
I like that. That's what TV used to be like.
Of
you
course.
had to wait.
And radio.
I like
you
that.
wait for your song and you press record and play and you tape it on cassettes and you had to wait till your song came on.
I will keep my Spotify.
Yeah.
I like that.
But that's, you waited till an album came out. You waited for the lyrics to be printed on the album.
Yes.
So, some of those things.
You know what I wonder about the music? And I was just talking to my husband about this. I think I was talking to him. I was talking to somebody. I don't know who it was. I was talking to someone about this. But, you know how music, certain songs of an era, they bring us all together. We all, children of a generation will
Breakfast
connect
Club.
around certain songs.
Don't you forget about me.
Yes. And
of course.
It evokes a time and a whole.
100%.
Right. But now, because at the time, the music was not individualized. You couldn't pick what you wanted. It was what was on the radio. And so everyone was listening to the same things.
And a lot of it was tied to movies that were released
that everybody
and things
was
that were trending.
But now, because we have the ability to curate everything, if I'm on my Spotify, I have no idea what the newest songs are because I listen to my stuff.
To your playlist.
And kids, I feel are they doing the same thing? What's going to bind them together?
I don't know because I rely, when I used to drive my daughter to school, that was always our favorite thing was our morning drives. Yeah. She wasn't a huge talker in the morning. Afternoons was a different story.
Of course.
She's awake, daytime drama, things had happened. But in the morning, it was kind of we'd just crank music, and she's very into music. So in the morning, it was a song she liked, and we would either sing or and I relied on her for the latest.
Of course.
And she's like, oh, Mom, and and it was great. And then when I stopped driving her, that was one of the things I missed the most. It was, what's the latest? What's out? Because I stick to my playlist that has from the 80s stuff to semi-current, but I'll play that same playlist for the next 10 years. I'm fine with what's on there, but I'll never know what's new and good because I don't, just put on top 40 or top whatever 100 hits or whatever the radio streaming services have. I don't venture out.
Exactly. And I think everybody's doing that, right? And the kids, I don't know what they're listening to. I don't know where they get their music. I don't know how it's going to be. I think you're going to have kids that are going to have wildly different experiences, and it's not going to, because it's whatever they were into, and that's, you could find it.
I don't know if kids that are graduating now or whatever, is there a class song? Is there something
what? Yeah, what are they?
For us, it was we had the Whitney Houston and we had Glass Tiger, who nobody at this point probably remembers, but at the time that was the popular.
Hope you had the time of your life.
Yes, of course, but we recognize those because they were popular, and
exactly.
That was what was
But what
quote
is it?
unquote trending. But
And
nowadays,
maybe we're just old and we don't know, guys. Youngins,
like
if you're
Sabrina
tuning in,
Carpenter is popular now.
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo, whatever. But are there songs
that tie them all
resonating
together
with all of them?
Exactly.
Yeah, because I
don't
know
know.
that a lot of the songs, especially in the last couple years, there's a couple artists that all their songs are like, not for lack of a better word, and I hate using the word, but suicidal songs. That's what we call them. It's like, oh my God, slit my wrist and kill me. It's so depressing and so like angst ridden and so that I can't even stand to listen to.
Very
Like, oh
coffee house vibes.
not even. It's just so. Oh, like you don't even know what to do for them as you're listening to the song. I go, I can't listen to this. This is not. I don't listen to music to become.
Well,
In that I don't know it, but a lot of them came out with everything was like, fuck my life. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like everybody's
well, we don't
miserable,
like that.
and I'm
No.
like, wow, okay, is this where we're at?
Maybe
in
everybody
today's-
is miserable. I think they are. All right, so I think I'm gonna go with. I still like to have my music, and I'm gonna stick with streaming. But
yeah, I like streaming,
But
like streaming.
I don't want to binge everything. I want you to make me wait. Teach me patience. I think
I'm all for release the whole season.
all right. Okay, so we
Yeah.
got a binger and okay.
Yeah.
How do we feel about printed maps? We've talked about maps versus GPS. Give me the GPS all day. I'm not
now,
reading a map.
yeah. I used to. I mean, I still remember. I was just telling. Who was I telling today? I was talking to some. Oh, I was talking to my other niece, Steffi, on the phone, and we were talking about that GPS. And I said, "My God, I remember in 2009. Woohoo! I had gotten my Saturn Outlook, which I had been waiting for, and I love that car. We got it, and the next day we left on our first road, like family summer trip. Brand new car, whatever. And I went on MapQuest and on my desktop, printed the sheets to get to Washington, D.C., and we're like highlighting as I went, okay, you have 40 more miles to go before we didn't have GPS, and I think, and even before MapQuest, like we had to get a map out. I'm like, okay, and use the legend and say, okay, it looks about 200 miles.
That I don't want to do.
No, I don't want to do that
I don't
anymore.
wanna
But
do
there was a
that.
certain,
No.
I don't know, like an
No.
engagement to it. No,
An
I get it.
inconvenience. Now I get what I did appreciate about not having GPS was that before we had that, I really I knew the city. I knew how
Right.
I knew how to drive.
No.
I knew the streets. I now, because it's mindless and I just turn where it tells me to turn, I feel like I've forgotten a lot of that. And if you just
Really
if my-
forgotten? Yeah, no, I don't think once you know it, especially here, once you know
Well,
it. Well, you lived away for a while.
I was gone for a long
Yeah.
time, so I feel like, I mean, now I'm back into it again, but there are a lot of places where if you just drop me there, I'd be like,
I'm stuck in the northwest side. Like if you take me north and like north, I don't frequent there. So I'm like, what? Like keep me west.
Keep you south.
Yeah, or keep me from this highway to this highway. But there's a lot of people today that don't know that this highway intersects with this one. This
Or
one,
which
595
streets-
takes you west.
yeah, which streets separate northwest and southwest?
Where's east and where's west?
Yeah.
Like that's the basics, guys. Like
Yeah, we do
the
need that.
beach. If you're going to the beach,
if you're going east.
there you go. So
Unless you're in
I think
California.
that skill still needs to be at least even the basic. Like, okay, this part of town is this, wherever you live.
But
at least
I don't imagine that people now ever really have to learn
Need it.
that. You
I
don't need
know,
it.
but-
wait until you have no signal, and then what are you
and
gonna
then
do?
or no phone, or you get, God forbid, like a Breaking Bad, so you're dropped in the middle of. Like you need to
Listen.
figure out where the hell you're at.
You got to know something. Okay, how do we feel about long phone calls with friends versus texting DMs and scene receipts? Now, it's so funny because when I was younger, my family used to make fun of me, or not make fun of me, but I was known in the family as like, this girl's always on the phone. I was obsessed with the phone. I was talking on it all day long with everyone. Now, if you call me without an appointment,
Why are you calling me?
I am actively mad. Like, why did you call me? And if you FaceTime me without an appointment, you're dead to me.
Yep.
So, like, what
Oh,
happened?
thank God. Thank God it's not just me.
No.
I am not a
Don't call me.
and I try not to think, because I remember my mom used to get pissed when the phone rang. Oh, who's calling? I'm like, oh my God, you're so miserable. Oh, like no one's going to call you ever. And it's not that I don't
The dream.
like people calling me, because it's not many people. 80% of it is spam bullshit calls or a doctor's office of some
Yeah.
sort. But I prefer a text and I prefer voice notes. I love voice notes.
You know what? You got me into voice notes.
I love them
I love a
because
voice
it's
note.
like a broken up conversation that you can just have and answer and respond and listen to at your own. We're all busy doing
your
stuff
leisure.
at your leisure. You're at work. This one's doing this. People are with kids. People are with family. People are working. You're doing stuff. Like to sit on the phone. Chances are you're going to be in a public place. You're not going to put it on speaker. You better not put it on speaker.
Please don't.
Or you're going to be with your AirPods and you're like, oh, that person talking on the phone, through Publix.
Yeah.
Pay attention to what you're doing and then talk on the phone in your car or whatever. When I'm in my car, I like to listen to music. That's the only time, really. Not only, but 90% of the time. That's a place where
that's a big fat lie. Claudia has music on at all times.
I do, but it's mostly when you're coming over or someone's here. I either have an audiobook on when I'm working or a crime channel.
You always have or a murder being
or a
described
murder story or
detail.
an audiobook, one of the two. If it's a late night, sometimes I'll do the music just to hype me up. But I love music, but I love it in my car. And when I'm in my car, I just want to listen to music and sing and drive. I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't want to. And when I'm in my house, unfortunately, the signal sucks. So it's broken. What?
Oh,
I didn't
that's
get that.
annoying.
You got cut off. Whatever. Nothing fucks up a conversation more than someone
Yeah.
saying, oh, you got cut off and repeating yourself. Like, why bother? I don't want to talk. So I'm going to leave you a voice note, and I will leave a 1-minute note, a 5-minute note, 10-minute note. When my sister, who just moved here, was in France, I would leave 30-minute notes, like catching her up on stuff. Listen to it when you want, answer when you want. I'm okay with that.
I do love a voice note. I do think that's kind of the best of all the worlds together. It's not as
personal, I guess.
It's not as personal, and there is something very energizing about having a good conversation with someone. And I think the technology makes it easier to communicate, but harder to connect with people.
Yeah.
It's very superficial and transactional, and yeah, you'll get to it when you get to it, and you're listening,
You're right.
but you're also doing something else, and it's not quite the same. It's not as fulfilling. So whenever I do have a phone conversation, I enjoy it. However, 99.9% of the time, I don't want to talk to you. I just don't. And I'm sorry.
I have two people in my life that I and they make an effort, and I feel bad about it. And they're very good, and she's like, I'll be in the car for 2 more hours. They drive, during their course of the day for work and stuff. And I have admitted to all my friends, I'm not a good, that's a stupid word, follow-upper.
Yeah.
I'm not a good, that I'm always here for you. You text me or call me, I'm going to respond, but I'm not the one that's constantly reaching out. That's no excuse. I'm admitting that's my down. I'm just not good at that.
I 100% can relate.
Yeah. And then when it comes to that, to talking on the phone, I literally have to set aside the time, and then I have to go outside, on the back patio or whatever, because the connection's going to suck. And if I'm going to commit now to having a conversation, catching up, I don't want to hear, oh, you got cut off. What'd you say?
I know. Well, I told Twan the other day that I wanted to get a landline. I want to get rid of my phone. I want a landline. And if you need me, call me on the landline. I don't want to be checking my phone all the time. And he informed me. Phone companies don't do that anymore.
Shut up.
They do it for businesses, but they won't do it for residences. They don't have it anymore. So even if I wanted to go back.
That's news to me.
I didn't know that either.
I
think
it
sometimes
should
he says things that aren't exactly accurate.
Maybe because he doesn't want you to get. But
No,
I
I
think
want
that
one.
should be an emergency feature that every home should still have.
What happens when the cell towers go out?
If there's a hurricane, there's something, and the phone lines are still up miraculously, whatever. But now they bury them. So
your phone's out of battery. I can't call anyone. I want a landline. So I want to go back to that.
I think having a landline is a good thing, even though it gets spam calls a lot.
That's okay.
Yeah, you can have caller ID.
There's caller ID.
But yeah, shit. I didn't know that didn't exist. So yeah, I'm a voice note person. I prefer voice notes. And I find that you're able to, and you know what also? It's hard sometimes, even when we're talking here, you have an idea, you interrupt, you don't get back to your thought, and that happens in conversation. So if I'm wanting to catch up with somebody, if I want to leave them a note, at least I know I'm going to get everything
You're
I want
going
to
to
say
get all
out.
your thoughts out.
And they will too. So
No, it's nice. I like it. Okay. How about when it comes to parenting and childhood, free range play, unsupervised summers, cereal for dinner versus structured schedules, screen time battles, gentle parenting.
Oh, no. No.
There's now
Yes for cereal for dinner. I have no, even now, it doesn't have to be summer. It can be now. You want cereal for dinner? Great.
yeah, well, we live in eternal summer, so
Yeah,
there's
I've never had a problem with you want to eat whatever at whatever time. You know, really, you have the rest of your life to be structured and you'll figure it out. You want to eat cereal for dinner? I'm good with that. You don't want me to make, mac and cheese, hot dog. I don't care. So
Okay.
I'm good with that. Summer what? Structured summer?
unsupervised summers versus structured schedules.
Unsupervised. That times have changed.
I think our kids are way overscheduled.
Yeah.
And it does them no favors because you actually need to be bored sometimes.
To stimulate your imagination.
Yes. How are you going to figure stuff out? Your brain needs time to just like come up with things and process information and absorb information. And if you're constantly making them do stuff, there's no time for that.
No, to get creative. You have to get creative. I mean,
Yes.
I remember, oh my God, back in the day, back then.
Then and now.
You had your TVs that you turned with your knob and shit, and when remote controls came out, that was like, wow, what? I don't have to get up. I mean, I had a tree house. Oh my God, we came up, we were detective agencies, and we went out in the around the block and looked for things and invented shit. I mean, you spent your day just creating your entertainment.
World.
Or stickball, and would get a ball and a stick and play stickball in the street. And it was just so fun. I loved my childhood in those, respects. I mean, it was, you got sweaty, you drank from the hose, you rode your bike to soccer practice. Like, I'm sure there were dangers around, and I think it's probably gotten worse now and stuff. But I mean,
I actually don't think so. I think that the online world that we are putting our kids in now is more dangerous than the real world we were living in.
probably, see, I'm not familiar with so
Well-
much with the, see, you have little kids, so you're
Yeah.
involved in that. I'm not.
I think
So-
that world is far more dangerous. There's so much more they have access to. I mean, they literally
Yeah.
have everything at their fingertips with the internet. Whereas,
Yeah.
if you live in, I'm not saying this was true for everybody, but if you live in like a safe neighborhood and, for the most part, you're fine going out and doing things. Well, anyway, I was reading this book, Anxious Generation. If anybody is a parent, you
I
should
heard somebody about it, yeah.
absolutely read it. It's a great book about, what social media and the internet culture has done. That's what it's most known for. But the other part of the book that doesn't get talked about as much is about this very thing, about how important it is for human development for kids to have independence. And so letting your kids, like when they're of a certain age, like walk to the store by themselves and let them, play in a playground
It builds
that isn't
self-confidence.
totally padded with
Right.
let things have to have like a certain element, not too much, but certain danger to them. In
And I
order for
feel a
kids
little
to
bit like
build-
that. To add to that would be like, this may rub people, germs, the germaphobe thing
yeah.
of wash your hands 500 times because you touch this. Just, oh my God, they're not going to die.
know.
Like, really, stop it. Let them build some immunities. They're going to touch all
Yeah.
kinds of dirty shit when you're not around. I know. so stop making it be like such a, stop.
I
Stop.
know.
It's this bubble that people want to constantly have their kids in. Like, you know what? We did okay when we weren't in a bubble, and we
Yeah.
were resilient, and we figured shit out, and we just knew. You just used your brain.
You use your
And-
brain, and I also think that this kind of parent is this kind of gentle parenting versus. So there's gentle parenting, and then there's the opposite of that, which I
Normal.
no. Well, there's normal, but it's called FAFO, fuck around and find out parenting, which is
So there's probably there's probably
there's a middle ground.
Yeah, I feel like which I call normal.
But I am, if I had to put myself on the spectrum, I am more FAFO parenting
yes,
than
100%. I am not gentle at all.
I can be gentle, but like kids need to be afraid of you a little bit. If they have no fear of you, they will walk all over you. And by the way,
Well, they push the boundaries. They test it. They
Yeah.
want to assert. They're like, oh, my parents and an idiot. Like they feel like, of course, by the age of 7, they know more than you're like, okay, yeah,
I know.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my daughter never pushed me. I think there was once, I'm going to say twice just to err on the side of caution, that she like tested it and said something, and I turned around and I just went, I'm sorry.
Say again?
Did you forget who you were talking to? I said, please don't be mistaken. I'm your friend, but I'm your mother above all that.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not one of your friends you're talking to right now. And she just, okay, Mom, I'm sorry. And she never really pushed it. She was never that kind of kid. I know there's plenty out there.
Yeah.
She's told me some of her friends, the way they talk to their moms, she's like, Mom, I can't believe she said that. I go, oh, hell no. She goes, yeah, I can't even think about doing that. I go, well, good. I mean, I think it might not be easy with some. For me, I guess I was very lucky. I was able to have a really good relationship that way. The respect was always there, but we have like a really good sharing.
Yeah.
We can talk about things. I've always been very honest with her, even when she was little and asked about things that were like, oh my God, she's asking
Can you
me about
not?
that. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to now tackle this subject. And I did, but you know, everybody has a different style. I was much more of a, if they're old enough to ask, you need to find even a basic answer, because
Something.
nowadays with online and whatever, they're going to go search, and I don't want them getting an answer from another parent. I don't know what that parent's going to say. I don't know.
Or kids.
And I want them to know that if I ask my mom, she'll tell me.
Right.
It might not be the whole truth. It might not be. You're 8 years old. Like, I'm going to give you what I think you can handle. And then as time progresses, but
Yeah.
I want them to know they shouldn't be afraid to come ask me something.
I think that's a very...
And if they fuck up, I'm going to tell them, hey,
Yeah.
a
What?
gentle nothing.
I mean, look, I think every kid is different and you'll have to handle them differently.
Yeah.
Like what works with my oldest does not work with my youngest and vice versa. So, I mean, but the whole idea of like, for every single thing, I have to sit down and understand your feelings. Like, I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm not.
Nope.
And if I say you have to go to bed, it's because I fucking said so. And I don't want to hear from one more Instagram psychologist about how that's not a legitimate answer. Yes, it is. I run this house. So I said it's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed.
Yeah,
And
you
I
don't step into my world. You're not here dealing with my life. So this is how it works
Like,
here. And
this
if they
is
have to
how
go
it
to bed
is.
now, they're going to bed.
I know. And when they argue back or something, I'm like, no. This is not a negotiation. It's time to go to bed. Like, time to go. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, buddy, you know, sometimes when you're feeling really tired. Like,
Yeah.
no.
No.
The answer's
no.
no.
They don't want to hear it either. Blah, blah, blah. They're not. You think that you're getting somewhere with them. They're not.
I think
they're
that-
like going, oh, I got her wrapped. And
This is the thing. I understand with this gentle parenting thing. I mean, there's something to it, right? About validating someone's feelings and all that shit. I get it. I really do. I do get it. But I also am like, you are talking, you're acting as if this person is rational.
as an adult,
They're not rational.
they're not.
They're completely stupid.
They're children. If they were rational, they'd be allowed at age 7 to do what an 18-year-old or 20, and at 18, they're still not rational. Like, come on,
Your frontal
man.
lobe is just not
like we
developed.
just
I'm not
we,
doing
we
it.
take certain things, I think, to an extreme, and
I
it is an
agree.
extreme. This gentle parenting. I'm not saying you have to smack your kid. I'm not saying that it's okay to do none of that. You can still talk to them, but sternly set boundaries, set rules. Kids need rules, like puppies need training. Kids need training. They need boundaries. They need to know what's okay, what's not okay. This is unacceptable. You're going to get grounded. You don't get to do this. You get to do that. And you know what? I'm sorry you feel that way. I understand why you do, but
It's still my rules.
it's still my rules. And when you get older, you get to make your own rules. That's just the way it fucking is right now.
I say
you're
that.
lucky you're not getting the belt, because I got the belt when I did it at your age. You know,
I did. My grandma had a little skinny black belt, and I will never forget it.
Yeah,
So
my dad. I got the belt twice from my dad for leaving the house without ever. I was 7, I think, the first time. That did not feel good, you
Yeah,
know. And
I
he
would
chased
bet
me.
not.
I was hiding behind my grandma, and he was like, "Wakata." And you know what?
Wakata.
I still remember it, and I didn't do it anymore.
There you go. Well, no, I guess I don't want to get into too much of that, but
Yeah, well, it was a different time.
it was a different
fine,
time.
but it was.
But there are some people who still subscribe to it. Like sometimes, you know, you need to give them a good something, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't love that. I really don't. And I
I never spanked. I was not a
It's
spanker.
not- no, I'm not a spanker either. But
the
some people
one-
are like, that's what they
if
need.
that what's worked. Yeah, and if sometimes not everybody's kid. My kid was not unruly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I wouldn't have like jerked her by the ear. And there's times, you know, that I'm.
Well, with my little one, let me tell you, there are times it takes all the restraint
Yeah.
I have in my body not to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
He really like
Pulls
works
it out of you. Yeah, I'm sure. There was one time I was giving my daughter a bath. I think she was like 3. And I was just tired, and I come from work, and I'm like, ugh, and we're in the bath, and she's having a good time, and I wanted to do anything but that in the
Right.
moment. I was like, okay, I cooked dinner, whatever, and she starts splashing.
No.
doing
Rage.
Okay, and she's not doing anything. She's fucking enjoying her bath. Like, and she splashed and I said, stop. So finally I said, stop. And then she looked at me and she went, like they do. They test you. And I took her hand and I smacked her hand. Oh, I'll never, to this moment, it makes me want to cry. She looked at me and her eyes just welled up.
She was so betrayed.
And she goes, why would you do that?
Oh, no.
Why would you hit me? Oh, I went in my room and cried for like an hour. I felt like the biggest.
You're going to cry
jerk.
right now.
I'm telling you, it
Guys,
hurt.
her daughter's well into her 20s.
She's 24. And it really, like, what are you doing? Regroup.
Yeah.
Relax. She's taking a bath and enjoying herself. Like, she's having a good time. Leave her because you're having a shitty day. And I had never done it before. I never did it again. But the actual like betrayal, and she just looked at me like, you
in your defense
did this to me. Like, I would never think that you would do this to me. Yeah.
In your defense, splashing is messy. and she should know that that's just not
At
cool.
3, she should know.
She should know. And no, she learned her lesson.
Yeah.
Did she splash again?
I don't even know. And I probably would have let her. I felt like such a piece of shit that day. And I was like, this is not.
You bought her a whole splash pad.
Well, I'm sure. I'd look at it and take her to Splash Mountain, Disney, and say, here, splash away. But that was just not my way of doing stuff. That was just not in our, and in that moment, it just got the better of me. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm not a subscriber to that sort of thing because it makes the kid feel bad. It makes you feel bad. I don't know how well it works anyway, but I do think that we are in danger of raising generations of very soft kids with no resilience skills and thinking that they're the main character of everything.
Okay. So on that note,
and they're not.
Can I do it then and now? How about participation awards and ribbons versus you won, you get the trophy?
I don't subscribe to participation awards.
I agree with you.
I don't like them. I think
you participated great. You signed up, you got your uniform, and you played. You participated. That's it. You want to win? Give it your 100. And sometimes you don't win even if you gave your 100.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's someone better. It's the way it's always going to be in jobs, in relation.
Or even someone not better and they just had a better day or they just knew the right person.
Or your team screwed up today. Today wasn't your day, it was theirs. And that's just the way it goes. You don't get a fucking trophy.
I'm very anti that.
Oh my God. I don't get it. We didn't get a ribbon. No, you didn't. You didn't win. You don't get a ribbon when you don't win.
I know.
You don't get the job if you didn't beat out everybody else. Like, that is not preparing anybody for anything.
Well, and I think
that's soft.
We're seeing that. We're seeing these people. I mean, I work with a lot of younger generation
individuals,
people, and I find that a lot of them are like they cannot handle if they get bad feedback, if they are like really busy and overworked, if they're like, it's not just that it's hard for them. It's like they shut down and they don't know what to do. Yeah. And it's like, girl or guy or whoever, like, suck it up. Like, and listen, I'm about as woke as they fucking come in so many respects. But in many ways, I'm just like, nah, this can't be like this because the world's not like this.
No.
And so I don't feel as a parent or as adults, we do you any favors.
No. And even if the world is a world of gentle parenting, I mean, there's going to come a point, you're still going to have older people. And as you get older, you go back to some of those, like, listen, when you go to an interview, look at people in the eye, shake their hand firmly. Don't give them a soft fish, floppy.
I hate.
That's so disgusting from a man or a woman. Like, I shake hard on
but especially from a man, and I know this is sexist, whatever.
No.
But when you give me like a limp fish hand,
I'm like, you're fired.
Oh.
Okay, keep on moving.
You're dead to me. I want nothing to do with you.
That's just, come on, man.
That is beta energy. I don't want it.
And look people in the eye, and people, I think, people worry about getting interviews and going and they didn't get the job, whatever, but really, really check your people skills, your communication skills, your conversation skills. It's not just about, what you sent on the paper. You need to be able to have a conversation and deal with people in real life.
100%.
And that's,
and that leads us into our last one. And neither of us have experience with this, but we can imagine what a world would be like in which we might have been involved in this. Online dating with more access, more options, but more burnout versus just real life
I
dating.
think I'd be afraid of online. I don't know. I know people that have been on it and they've met people. My niece is married. They met on
One of my best
Match.com and they
friends
wanted
met her.
So I mean,
husband.
obviously, I don't know. I would, as positive. I'm always the glass is half full. I'm always looking for the positive of things, and when someone brings up negative, I'm like, oh, you're negative.
Yeah.
I try not to. I do let it creep in, and I'm like, okay, well, don't be stupid and don't be naive. These things can happen, but let's go into this with a good attitude. I'm always that person. I would be a little scared with the shit that you hear, you read, you've heard about, that people are catfishing you, that the person is not who it is, that they have a history you don't know about.
But isn't that true always? Like you meet someone at a
Yeah,
bar
right.
and like they could tell you anything.
Of
and
course.
you're like, okay.
100%.
And then you find out that's totally false.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, you're absolutely right. It's true. Like, why didn't it seem dangerous before? A lot of times I think it was always, I have a friend and they
Yeah.
introduce you. So a lot of times it comes from someone you know, someone you've worked with, there's a
But how many
known
people
reference
meet
somewhere.
at like a bar or a club or whatever, and you like go home with that person, or like that was very standard. Like you just met a stranger, and you would go to their house for dinner or something.
Yeah.
like
yeah, I'm coming over. Okay. And you're like trapped in their house. You're like, nobody
Or
knows where I am or nobody.
they pick you up at your house.
You're now
Like
on a
this-
documentary.
Now you're on one of your murder podcasts.
Yeah, you
where
are. Now
make
you're on Netflix. Neighbors, evil neighbors or whatever. Who knew?
I'm sorry, we shouldn't laugh at that.
No,
That's
it's not. But
tragic
that's
and horrible.
the kind of
But
shit that went on when there weren't resources or things to now you get Googled by everybody.
Here's the thing. I think there's obviously a convenience factor to online dating because in the real world, how do you decipher who's available and who's not, right? Like this is just it's right there at your fingertips. We're all looking for the same thing. And I think it can help you cut through some of the bullshit, but I have to imagine it's just not as fun.
I don't know. Is it equally or more frustrating because now you probably have a bigger catalog?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's not like you have to go out and wait to meet somebody that you might click with and then, we had a nice time. Did they call? Did they not call?
Yeah.
It seems like it's a longer process.
And more choices
The
is not
traditional
always
way.
better.
No, but I mean, I guess in the numbers game, you would think the more choices, maybe the sooner I don't know.
Yeah, but then I have to imagine you'd also probably go on more. Like I remember thinking back to like dating days. All my friends are married now, but when they were dating, I remember some of my friends who were doing online dating, and it was newer back then.
Right.
It wasn't as ubiquitous as it is now. But I remember the string of horrible dates that they would go on. And it was like, I went out with this guy and this guy and this guy. And that's a little bit demoralizing when it's loser after loser after loser. And,
I'd be afraid. I don't know. I was never comfortable. I was not a big go on a date person. I usually dated somebody, the long-ish relations. Usually I was introduced by someone I knew or there was somebody from the neighborhood that I knew or we worked together or something like that where it was, there was a personal reference of some sort. Yeah, it wasn't just a rando whatever. Like, I don't know if I would ever feel comfortable. Like, I gave my phone number out, several times.
Oh, I did that all the time.
But sometimes the wrong digit. And sometimes I would give the right number and they'd call and I'd freak out. Like, oh, God, they're calling. They're really calling. And then I wouldn't answer. I'd never answer.
I did that too, actually.
Yeah,
Why?
it's just weird. I don't know. It's just, I was intimidated and I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable.
No,
like,
I know, but like...
weird. Like, you're going to come pick me up and we're going to do what and talk about what. And I don't know.
Maybe we're too far removed, but...
No, I just feel like that's... Some people I'm sure love it and they're excited to meet new people. Oh, what's this going to be? Hoping that one of them is going to turn out.
It. I feel like they do it because that's just how people date now.
I guess.
But I think I'd rather,
Do we want to do that or do we want to go back to traditional being introduced, meeting someone somewhere?
I'll tell you what. If I got divorced and I was back on the market, I don't know.
I'd stay single.
I think, first of all, I would 1000% not be on the market for another man. But let's say I was a different person and I would want to get remarried.
Yeah, right? It's a toughie.
I think I would want to be introduced like in a natural way.
In a natural way.
But
I don't think
it
I would be an
also mean
online dater.
It would take me
at all.
longer to find someone, but I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, 100%. I think if it happens, great. I'm going to fill my life with other things. And if someone
I'd make
gets
myself
introduced to me or whatever, great.
And I'd be out there, you know, like
Yeah.
I'd go do stuff where I would put myself in situations where I could meet someone, but I'm not. And again, they could be equally as creepy, but there's something that just feels better about it.
Yeah, and then someone could easily now say, "Oh, but that's because you've been married." What about those of us who haven't been? I get that. We're not.
And I'm not judging.
No,
it's like
we're talking about
me,
ourselves,
Yeah,
and
ourselves.
what the generation I come from. I think I would feel more comfortable being introduced or it being someone, you know, just known by my friends or known by my circle or introduced by someone that I work with. You know, that there's a common thread there somewhere.
But I will tell you, you hit it on the head here. Now, if I get divorced, I am going to recruit my friends to divorce their husbands and we can start our commune because I just want to live in a commune with my friends. Just girls hanging out.
That's what I always laugh. I always say, well, that's why you see little old ladies, quote unquote, in their groups traveling together, whatever. They're all either widowed or divorced. They're not looking for men. They just want to be together and talk shit, laugh, shop, travel, eat, no judgment, and just spend their lives doing that.
So when I was on my trip, I was in, I don't know if I said I was in Boston. I saw multiple groups of old ladies traveling together, having like little girls trips. And I was just looking at them like, you go. Like, I am so happy for you. Like, that is going to be me. Like goals when I looked at them. It's so wonderful. Like, we just want to be with each other.
Yeah. And share that because we laugh, we understand each other. Companionship is wonderful, and having my partner and we were just talking earlier. I said we travel great together. Like, there's nothing we enjoy more than actually traveling together because we just, for whatever reason, some people maybe don't, we do. Yeah. Like, so that's one of our favorite things to do. So I'm sure there's that element that would be like, but we're talking in a hypothetical, and we're talking about what we see. And men, I think when they become widows or widowers, they don't really seek out other men and travel in groups.
Well, because they've never had that. No. We've had that like
always.
Forever.
That's how we, the what is it? The hunters and gatherers. Yeah. With the gatherers. So men usually within a year or two are remarried and have someone else. Have someone else clean up their stuff. I mean,
go for it, girl.
If that's it, but they need that companionship. They need that. Whatever, women I think do okay with just...
We're more self-sufficient.
We are.
Except we like to have our girlfriends. All right, so we've come to the end of the road. We have time for a quick card.
Go ahead. Are you in the dark deck? Wah, wah.
Sorry. Oh, if you could go back and talk some sense into your teenage self, what would you say?
Jesus.
I would say... dump him.
Yes.
That's what I would say. I would say
he is not into you.
He is not worth it. Dump him. You will do so much better. This is not the end all be all. Please go have fun. Live your life.
Thank you. Same.
That's what I would say.
Same. I would say same. I don't think that person really even knew it was part of it. It was all mostly in my head, but...
Oh, no, mine knew, and he was the worst. And I just would say, just move on.
Yeah.
Like, it gets better.
Yeah.
It's going to get so much better.
So much better. Like, don't even, you're going to be okay.
You're going to be so fine, girl.
So fine.
Like, so fine.
Yeah. So if it's not being reciprocated, if he ain't that into you, like you aren't, move on.
Just go.
Just go.
Just go. All right. Just go. Subscribe to our podcast.
Such a fool.
Goodness.
Yeah.
God, my cleverness has no bounds.
No, it doesn't.
All right. So, but please do, in a serious note, please follow us on all of our platforms and especially YouTube, so we can make some money off of this one day. No, but you follow us on any platform, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. We are on all the socials. Go back and listen to old episodes if you haven't. And come back and join us next week.
Yep.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. I don't even have a thingy, but...
No, you don't.
Oh, but look.